has by far been the most insane start to a summer window we've ever had. And it got crazy towards the end of the last episode as we saw Meslier leave for 83 million. He wasn't the only one though. Noni Madueke went to Barcelona for 77 million. And in the space of just 2 days, 2 of our bigger name players were out of the club. And they weren't the only 2 big names. We also let Jorginho Rutter join Willy Gnonto by signing for Liverpool for 70 million. But don't worry, we brought some of our own players in as well to help strengthen the starting 11. But the board do want me to win the Europa League this season and also qualify for the Champions League. And the Champions League is definitely our goal as well. But with those big names leaving, we're going to have to do something. And with just 8 days left of this transfer window, with a massive budget of 233 million, we're going to have to go out there and sign some big time players in order to help us achieve our goal. So without messing about, let's get into this episode. Boys, I appreciate you all. Grab yourselves a beverage for this one because it's going to be intense. I thought the last one was intense. This one will most likely be even more intense. Now, I'm not going to get too downbeat on our situation though, because yeah, we lost to Leicester at the start of the year, but we did just beat Chelsea. So that's a rival, and that's a very good result. But with 8 days left of the window, I'm not going to waste any time. The only goalkeeper we have now is Andre Gomez, who is definitely the future, but I'm not sure he gets his Champions League football right now. So I'm going to go out there and buy some competition for him, and I've chosen James Trafford. English, 24, and already a pretty decent goalkeeper. When I look at his goalkeeping stats, I'm happy with them, and I think he'll do the job for now. But after offering 20.5 million his valuation, I've offended Vincent Kompany. And that means we'll have to wait a whole week before we can get that deal over the line. But with us not being able to get the James Trafford deal done just straight away, it's time to turn our attention on right midfielder. And I've given this a lot of thought. And to be honest with you, I did want Kudos, but they've got Champions League football. And then I looked at Gio Reyna, but he's only just signed for Lille. So the deal wouldn't make sense. And not to make Ryan Cherky feel like he's third option, because he's not. I also looked at him at the exact same time. I think this is the move to go for. Both him and Gibbs White can play on the right-hand side as well as Cam, and that makes them interchangeable. Now, hopefully, in this one, we don't have any situation where I'm upsetting anybody and we can just get a deal done. I'm going to go in with 40 million, 2 million above valuation. They want Archibald Gray. You can bugger off. I genuinely think 45 million should get this deal done, and hopefully it does. There we go. 45 million for Cherky. Again, we just steals left, right, and center in this window. Signing a contract that'll see him earn 50 grand a week. He'll swap the white of Lyon for the white of Leeds United. You guys have suggested this one a few times as well, so I'm excited to see how well he plays. He's very much an all-rounder, and with our tiki-taka style of football, I think he'll fit in very well. All of this still does mean that Abdul Fatawu now will be the starting right midfielder for this season. It's time now then for the Manchester City game. They have an all-star lineup. I actually think they've been linked to Danny Olmo in real life. He's in the squad there for them today. There are a few weaknesses? I don't know, because I know these youngsters will have improved in the back line. I don't know who Brecken is, though. I have no idea who that is. And CDK is going to be a little bit tired for this one for us, so we're going to start Cherky. Let's see what he can do linking up with Van Duven up top. Of course, we got Gomez in net for this one as well. Every time we've played him in net, he's actually had really good performances for us, so I don't know why this would be any different from his perspective. Now, to Van Duven. Duven into Cherky for the first time. Cherky! Oh my God! What a moment! What a statement! This is Ryan Cherky's first bloody game of football for Leeds United, and he scores a screamer. Took me by surprise. We have the lead at Ellen Road against Manchester City, but what a way to introduce yourself to the Ellen Road faithful, by scoring this kind of goal. Is Cherky special? He might just be. What a finish. Very unexpected start to this game of football, but I will take it. We've started this season pretty well, so I feel like the changes so far have been good, but we've had no injuries, touch wood, that we're not about to get some, but that really hurt us last year. Junior wants that ball over the top to Van Duven. Just overcooked it a little bit. That is not like killing Junior. If we get another opportunity like that, I wouldn't expect him to deliver the same ball. Fran Garcia. Is he going to have that ball on? He does. It's Cherky again. It's Cherky for the brace. Absolutely fantastic. He can do it with his head as well, lads. We just let that out. Ryan Cherky's pretty decent with his own noggin as well. Pandemonium then for the debut of Cherky. He was potentially third choice. He's certainly not feeling like third choice right now. I'm not sure Reina would have scored that kind of goal. Maybe we just keep him at cam then. I put him in at cam today to see what he could do, but yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe we just play him at cam. I can't drop CDK though. He's started the season so well. This is a great ball in behind to Danny Olmo. Pacho tried to deal with him. Haaland's got no one to go for, and Pascal dealt with that perfectly. They've made a sub already. 38 minutes. I think it's Oscar Bobb's come off, the youngster, and Phil Foden's come on. So they played a weakened side against me, and they're paying for it right now. Phil Foden on the pitch, though, with plenty of time to work still for Manchester City. What a corner looks like for Manchester City. It looks like a goal. We tripped all over each other. Andre Gomez should have come and collected that football. If you come out for it, Andre, you must collect the ball, son. But this is just poor from the back. So it's Van Eywick who is weak. And I think Archie Gray, of all people, like, put somebody else on Erling Haaland. It's 2-1. I've said it before. There's still plenty of time to work in this game. So this one ain't over. Wow. Haaland's strength up against Pacho. That was just insane. Danny Olmo now bringing that forward. Pascal, I think, cut the angle enough. Andre Gomez, big time save. They've scored from one of these positions already. Doyle's come off now. I should have looked at who it was for. That's a great ball in. Can we just get it clear at this point? I still don't know who Doyle's come off for, but I tell you what, it's going to be someone better than what they had on the pitch to start the game. It's Rodri. I believe it's Rodri. Grealish makes it 2-2. Wow. They are special, Man City. We might have started this game strong, but we're really going to have to work now to keep ourselves in a good position. Again, that's one of those goals we concede where we're out of position. I think we thought we had a break on one. Fato would kick that ball forward. We definitely didn't. It was nothing more than just a clearance. But the pressure now that they are putting me under is this for Timber to fire off a good shot. We'll take it. We tested him there at least. Need to have moments of pressure on Manchester City at this point. I'm not going to make any subs too soon either. Haaland played that one into Brecken. Back to Haaland. I wanted to swap to Van Eywick instantly. Didn't let me. We're going to maybe get away with this one. Haaland still marching forward. Oh, my God. Pascal had it. Clear the ball away, Pascal. I said the defense earlier in this episode were playing well. Well, they're not now. They've let Man City walk in there. Erling has strength. I know that. But what is this animation? Pascal wins it, doesn't win it, falls over? I don't get it. Definitely not a reflection of real life. But there we go. Man City have the lead. And we're going to be fighting now to try and just get back into this game. Van Eywick, of all people in this position, please have the ability to slide it in. He gets it into Turkey in the end, and it's blocked by Rodri. And that signals time for a change for this team. And it's going to be Ekatike giving us that height. It's going to be Gibbs-White actually on the right. I don't think I can bring Turkey off. He's played so well. And Trezor's going to come on too, because I haven't overly been impressed with Ilin Jr. in this game. Actually great to deliver this one. You want a corner when you've just brought on Ekatike, but Edison comes out and collects it. Remote Gomez, that's what you should be doing. Haaland inside this time to Rodri. It's a good shot. Well saved, Gomez. We're in the 85th minute, though. If anything, we need to be doing something right now, and we just aren't. We just really aren't. Oh, wow. How have we let Foden do that? How did we let Foden do that? Another corner, Man City. Turkey couldn't get it out of his feet. It's Rodri. Rodri's come on. He's changed the game. Phil Foden now changing the game. Also, Phil Foden changing the game big time. Erling Haaland will make it 4-2. We will lose to Manchester City. Erling Haaland's also going to walk away with his first match ball of the season as he gets a hat-trick. But the big positive for me and for us was how well Ryan Turkey played. Overall, frustrated defensively, but it's Man City. We're not going to read too much into this one. Man City are good at football. We aren't at their level yet. We gave it a good fight. I don't know why they didn't blow the full-time whistle, though, at 2-0. That was a little bit frustrating for me. I think they should have done. Now, we are still getting bids in for players, but obviously at this stage, I'm not really open to sell anyone. We do play Burnley next, and now it's take two to try and sign Burnley's James Trafford. This time, we're going to go in with 25. Hopefully, this isn't just an insulting bid. Okay, they want us to make a really weird trade. We're not going to do that. I think it's going to take, like, maybe... You know what, screw it. We need to get the deal done. We're nearly at deadline day. We're going to offer 30 million. That will get the deal done. And welcome to Leeds United, James Trafford. He's going to be wearing the number 1, but he will fight with Gomez for who will take the number 1 spot this season. Now, I still have a whopping 153 million burning a hole in my pocket, on which I might spend some of on one player. And when I see that Liverpool are listing Rafinha and touting him out, I understand it. They've got Wilfred Nonso, Jorginho Russo, and players like that now. There's no way on this planet that I cannot go in for my boy Rafinha. We're going to be stealing this deal away from Leicester as well, by the way. I don't feel guilty in the slightest. I don't think it's going to be an expensive one either. I think they actually want around his valuation. I'm just going to offer 35. I think he's in the last year. Yeah, it's reasonable. I think he's in the last year of his contract. Now, I'm not dumb. I do imagine that this is going to be a pretty expensive wage for Rafinha. Will he take important? He will, actually. He doesn't even want crucial. This man's become humble. 3 years takes him up to 33. I think if we're playing him enough, he shouldn't go down in overall. And he's on 140. Can I get him to take a little bit of a pay cut? Yeah, I'll give you £1 million. This is an expensive deal. He's happy. He took a pay cut. I know it wasn't a big one, but he took a pay cut. I suppose, actually, 20 grand a week, less over a year, that is a pay cut. That's a big pay cut. But nonetheless, it's a very happy homecoming for our new number 11, Rafinha. There might be a lot of new faces here, but he will be a very familiar face in the hallway. And I'm not going to stop just there. We're going to bring in Lewis Miley as well, and we're going to change him to a CDM and keep training him to play that position. He'll be one of the CDMs for the future for us. You have to future-proof a team. Now, this is a player we went in the past and would have cost a lot of money from Newcastle, but times have changed and things have changed for Lewis Miley, where I think maybe for about 28 million we might be able to pick up this deal. It's going to cost a little bit more. I actually want Odebear. Would I be willing to send... No, I want to keep Odebear for now. He's another one of those young players coming through. So I think it might be about 30 million then from... There we go. 30 million. Might seem like a lot of money. A lot of people question it when we signed Van Duven as a youngster back in the day. Look at him now. So... Lewis Miley's just going to be another one in those line of players. And it was a very quick and easy negotiation where he took a pay cut and he took rotation. So, Lewis Miley, welcome to Leeds United. But with that deal sent, that is going to be our window. This is by far the busiest and most insane window we've had since we started at Leeds United. But I am a lot more confident in this squad. And the late additions of Rafinha, mainly, probably more than anything. Lewis Miley, I feel like we're in for a really good season with Leeds United. Now, the first game after the transfer window shuts is going to be Burnley. Their team is looking miles better than it ever did with Balogun and Ivan Toney up top. They're going to be big threat. And for our starting 11 heading to Turf Moor, we're going to be starting Rafinha. Cherky keeps his place in the 11 after that last performance, but I've dropped Hillin Jr. for Trezor, and Trafford will start for the first time. I'm not too hurt by the Man City result. I feel like that one wasn't a bad one, but if we don't do the job against Burnley, who we drew with towards the end of last season, if I remember correctly, then that's where the problems start. Rafinha. God, he's got a lot of pace, hasn't he? Finds Trezor. Trezor finds the ball in. Van Duven. Oh, my God. Ekdal, massive tackle. Go on then, Cherky. Oh, that was nearly a great ball from Rafinha. Not he found that ball into Ivan Toney. I knew he was going across. Fran Garcia knew it as well. What a tackle from behind. Early stages in this one are showing me that Burnley are actually really hard to play again. Anna knocks that up. Rafinha. Oh, I thought he scored. I thought he'd scored just beyond the post. First real chance for him back at the club. How close is it? Nah, he's pulled it too far. Not a bad effort, though, for Rafinha. That's what we want to see coming back into the club. I'd love more of that from him. Oh, that's a great ball in. Benson! Well saved, Trafford. Cherky pulls it back to Rafinha. Rafinha then back into Cherky. Could Cherky find that ball into Trezor? He can. Trezor with a shot. It's blocked again. Defensively, Burnley really impressing me. I don't know if it's Burnley's formation, but they seem to just nullify me. Although that ball from Rafinha into Cherky is delightful. Who pulls it back to Van Duven, who should potentially have been fouled there. That should be a penalty. I mean, don't get me wrong. Van Duven's movement let himself down, but maybe that should have been a penalty. And I don't know what it is about Burnley, but I just find them super difficult to play against. And at the half, it's going to be 0-0. Iwek finds Rafinha. Rafinha then inside to Cherky. Oh, well saved, Peacock Farrell. Burnley goalkeeper in net for us. Ex-Leeds goalkeeper in net for them in Peacock Farrell. God, you have to win the second one there. Balogun's a tall boy, isn't he? Back in again. Cherky again. Oh, my God, he skied it. Oh, can you believe it? There's worse news, though, for Leeds United. Van Duven has picked up a knock in that corner, resulting in him being subbed off. We're hoping that it's not going to be a big injury, but that is the last thing we wanted to see in this game against Burnley. Big moments then, I guess, for Hugo Ekitike, who has fallen short of being a starter since Van Duven really came on the scene, but he's going to be given a big opportunity to show himself this season now. Hugo Ekitike still got it, still carrying it really well, actually. He ends up finding Trezor, but oh, this might work out. It doesn't. Nobody was there. A couple more offensive subs for us. Cherky, Trezor off. Let's see CDK and Hillin Jr. I think CDK is just going to add a bit more calmness into this position. Burnley have stayed strong in this game. Balogun, that's a good shot. Rafinha waited as well. He's going to find CDK. He's going to play a great ball in to Hugo Ekitike. What a moment. Hugo Ekitike will make it 1-0 Leeds United. Great play, great link up. The subs linking up extremely well there. We take the lead. We just need to hold on to this one now. This was a tight game. Always going to be a tight game, I guess, at Turf Moor. Let's just keep hold of this one and get the 3 point. Ep2. Waited. I think he's played that perfectly. Ekitike. Oh my god, I thought he played that absolutely perfectly. Does it count? It does count. I don't know what this animation is. The game is broken. But Ekitike gets 2. The game for me was already over. We've held on really well. But that'll be a second for Ekitike. And a great pass from Fatawu, who came on for Rafinha only minutes ago. So a very good win in the end. But my real attention and focus now is just, what is the injury? 6 days dead leg. Lovely. Absolutely great news. But don't think I've forgotten how well Ekitike played in that last game. Now, the Euros group has been drawn as well, and it's going to see us in a much more difficult group, I feel, than last year, because Stade Rennais, and Ghent will be good as well, but I still feel like for us and our squad and where we're at, this should be a winnable group. Before we can even think about Europe, though, we have this game against Brighton first. There is a little bit of rotation, though, because we can't completely forget about that European game. It happens in 3 or 4 days' time. But I even think when we start to rotate players here and there in this team, we have hit the point where the team should be. I'm saying we've hit the point. We don't know that until the season's done. But I feel like we've hit the point where even though we've rotated a bit here, this squad is still really good. And I'm keeping the faith in Ekitike. As Van Duven is still nursing that injury a little bit, I feel like Van Duven coming back for the European game might be the right move. Brighton play some really good football, and Andre Gomez makes a massive save here early on. They're a hard team to deal with, Brighton. They're not going to make this easy. We might not make it easy on ourselves either, as we give the ball away with Joe Rodon. But Oliver Skip, who has been limited to his minutes so far this season. Oh, is that a good ball over the top? Oh my god, that's great. Fatawu gets to it. Oliver Skip, as I said, wins it back. Fatawu scores that one, though. Limited minutes for Skip. Great. Limited minutes for Fatawu so far, to be fair. I said I showed faith in him, and then I brought in Rafinha, because I just couldn't miss out on that deal. But Fatawu this time scores an absolute banger, thanks to a superb ball by, I believe, CDK. And this is quite frankly why CDK is our main cam. It doesn't come much better than that pass. But to be fair to Brighton, they've been good early. That's the first attack we've had, the first breakaway we've had. So I'm not sitting on the fence that Brighton are done here. I just think we have more quality, and that showed in that moment. Lysema. Well in Rodon. Ooh, this could be good again. Cody Drama through the legs. Fatawu for another. Fatawu for another. Absolutely superb counter-attacking football from Leeds United. Cody Drama getting a rare start in the team. Played a beautiful pass on to Fatawu. Ekitike held up the ball greatly. Things are going fantastic right now for this team. Fatawu obviously making the biggest of statements, since he may lose that right midfield position, obviously, to Rafinha. Him showing, well, really what he can do, though. Sima trying to do what he can. Joe Rodon was there and gets tangled off the ball. Brighton make it 2-1. They're right back in it. But when we've gone 2 goals up, I think we did it against Leicester. I can't remember. We might have gone 2 goals down, but we definitely did it against Manchester City. We need to tighten up here. That's poor defending from Rodon. Where's that forward? That's a lovely pass from Pascal, but a poor one from Ilin Jr. And his poor start to the season continue. Yeah, pops that one inside for Ilin Jr. This time Ilin Jr. plays a great ball across to Fatawu. Just didn't have room to fire off the shot. Oh, here they come again. They're winning every second ball. Is this a new thing with the update? Like, literally, you can't tackle them. On their way forward, they won every second ball. Is that like a momentum comeback thing? Because Brighton, I don't know. Brighton did play okay before this, but I just couldn't get the ball back. And all of a sudden, the game's been met. It's 2-2. We're seeing such high-scoring games again. I'm going to have to fiddle around with the sliders yet once again. Maybe try and make it harder for me to score, and then also harder for the opposition. As the halftime whistle blows, it's 2-2. Which blows for us. I don't understand how Brighton came back the way they did. One striker turning into what Erling Haaland did for Man City and scoring both those goals. Fatawu. I get it to him. Pulls it back. That's lovely. That was such a smart ball to Hugo Ekitike. Hugo Ekitike block shot. But yeah, that was a clever ball because Fatu was never getting through that gap. We need to start the second half lively. We already know that. We've got Hugo Ekitike on this pitch who can score from corners. That's a great defensive header, though. At what point do we take more subs into account? They've got a good free kick position, which we just managed to save. I don't know what's happened to Brighton, but I am holding on this second half, and I am holding on since we scored 2 goals. We scored 2 goals, and they've turned into a completely different team, and they're going to miss that shot. Oh my god, we get lucky. I am going to make some subs to try and just create anything and cultivate anything in this match. We'll see what happens. They are good subs in my opinion, but we don't know if they're going to be good enough to change this game up. All I know right now is what's happening out there is not going to be good enough for us to win the game. Fatu's pass, he's got 2 great goals, and his passing is just, I don't know, just gone out of nowhere. Here they come again, Brighton, and I think if anyone's going to score, it's going to be Brighton. Is that a foul? That is a foul. I think it's on the line. We get away with this one. I don't see a way out right now for Leeds. I don't see a way out at all as Ekitike heads it, and then Gomez with a huge save. At this point, surely we just take the draw, go into European football, knowing that we've drawn against a decent side. But when I said at the start, we are better than this team. We know that, especially on paper. Batu gives the ball away again. I don't know what's happened to the man. The contrast in performance from first half to second is quite wild. Oh my god, Rodon gives it up. Rodon loses it. Vlasic. God, Rodon, you have to thank Fran Garcia there. Van Iwick. It's not Van Iwick, it's Cody. Cody Drama. It's Cody Drama! Gibbs White, put that one across. It's a corner. It's not a corner. Apparently, it came off of him. He won it. Oda Bear sees Gibbs White. Gibbs White has a moment here to take over this game. Gibbs White. Marco has been great defensively for them. I don't know who he is, but he has been very good defending for their lives. Now, we are known for a Hugo Ekitike corner goal. He's just not going to get to it. Fatu, that's great from him. Pulls it back across to Gibbs White. What can he do? I just need somebody to make a wild run. Nobody's doing it. What's going on? Oh, is that it? Is that it? Back across. Oh, the bear couldn't. Marco there again. It's only going to be a point for Leeds United, and we probably need to look in the mirror at ourselves for that one. The real question at the end of the day probably is going to be, did we actually underestimate Brighton there for that game? But next time round, it is a welcome back to the Europa League. We're going to take on Stade Rennais in our first game in that Europa League group. But that is for the next episode. This one's been absolutely insane with the transfers, with the changes. I think it might take a little bit of time for the squad to gel, and our season hasn't started off too badly. Sees us in 8th place. There's still a lot to work on here for Leeds United. We know that, and we're in it for the long haul. But I appreciate each and every one of you new to the channel. Smash subscribe. I'll see you for the next episode where hopefully we get our European journey underway in pretty good fashion.